Always keep your eye on the prize. Keep your wits about you.
Oh, to see them cut down by hands unclean. Heinrix, Yolda, mortal. You know the old words. Good words. Strong as a rock. Sharp as the blade of a force axe. Deadly as a kraken's tooth. What do you want? You are one who has supped the mjord of the Skjalds, I see. In the long haul, some of my brothers would be eager to tell you of their exploits, so that you would sing a saga of their deeds. I am a wolf. My pack answered the Inquisition's call and came to the Coronus Expanse. There was a battle, and then the young wolves yearning to be meat for their brotherlings. To a feast of bolters they went out roving. Though they were but few, one long fang with them went loping. Not to see them cut down by scythes unclean. The pups he sent scattering, and there stood alone the paths guarding. For a foe he long spied, one worthy among unworthy. The song of swords singing, they clashed with clamor and skill, until stood the old wolf upon the bones. Then, by the birds of battle, was he brought down. Was that clear enough? This saga sounds less interesting in prose. For his own safety. When I am not busy killing inhuman spawn in the arena, the Xenos fear my will. But I sit in a cage while you roam freely around their city. They do not fear you. Maybe there is a reason for that. Maybe our fates are not the same at all. That butcher sent you to spy for him, did he? Or do they know nothing of the Emperor's angels, the space wolves of Fenris, or the great Lehman Russ in your corner of the galaxy? A predator does not eat only when it is hungry. There are many reasons to eat. And why do you want to know? To get what you want, you will have to convince two very headstrong individuals. Me and my captor. That claw-handed Xenos.
Let us not dawdle. I always keep my options open. Is there money to be made? Always keep your eye on the prize.
You speak well. I have heard these bookish words many times before, but this is the first time I have heard them spoken with such resolve. I see that you believe in them, that you live by them. I respect that. I will help you. Let no one say that I forgot my duty to the Allfather. It seems Tervantius is not as clever as he likes to appear if he's letting me out of the cage. The joke is on him. Good steel I have already. But if we are going hunting, I will need my wolf skin. What did you say your name was?
I always have a backup plan. Let us not dawdle. I'll make an example out of you.
I will fight if I must. You've got a problem. I've got a prize.
And why would I do that? It is handled. Kneel before me, prey thing!
Who, if not me? On it.
Am I getting paid for... Whoa! I want a medal for that one. Don't get too cocky.
With grace and malice. Watch. Oh, I don't think so. I will herd the prey. A euphoria of anguish! With grace and malice. No. It's the perfect killing strike. Behold.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. With you, my eradicated. As the Emperor commands, I act. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury!
My hand is thunder! My strike is ruin! Is that all you've got?
I am a prey taker.
You bite like a pup!
Understood. One of us would be enough. Even my dog wouldn't do that. Accepted. Executed. It won't take long unless... The order is clear.
Your misery is my treat. My artifice is unsurpassed.
It's as good as done.
This can't be over.
I'll make it happen.
Don't dishonor the wolf with such tasks!
I won't compromise my principles.
is on the hunt. Knock! See a die in disgrace! Our foes reek of cowardice.
Tell me, and it is done. A job for me. My pleasure. One and it's done.
I always keep my options open.
Maytown.
Let us raise our cups at Vatar, in honor of deeds accomplished and in expectation of those yet to come. This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Et Vatar answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Et Vatar. You, of course, are a maiden, not a father. But we have no word meeting Maiden Commander in our tongue, as all Space Wolves are men. It is true that I am capable of commanding you and your people. But as a warrior of the Allfather, it is too easy for me to forget the limits of ordinary people. I have had a few thoughts on that score, but don't try to pry them out of me. When the time comes, I will share them with you. Why do you think? Partly, Et Vatar. It is true that I have led the puny Xenos on a false trail to dull their vigilance. But that is not the only reason. Do you know of the implant called the Omophagia? It is one of the blessings the Allfather granted to his Astartes. Nerve nodes that connect the stomach walls and the spinal cord allow me to absorb information from the genetic code of the flesh I consume. I have slain many Xenos and feasted on their flesh. My captors have watched me do it and taken glee in it, while I have been gathering information and planning my escape. Not everyone is granted the right to ask such questions. But you, I shall allow it. What do you want to know about the Astartes from the glorious Fenris? Fenris is home. A harsh land of harsh winters and harsh people. When comes the Hell Winter, a fearsome season of frosts, the merciless world sea freezes, and great white bears, snow worms, and ice trolls go on the hunt. Then, the murderous frost retreats, and boats of harpooners sail out to ply their craft, capturing sea snakes and krakens. And then comes the season of fire. Volcanoes awaken. Waves wash over whole islands, and only the land of Asaheim offers salvation to those whose blood and grit win them the right to live upon it. Clan fights clan. Crows circle over battlefields, and wolf howls rise up to the sky. That is my beloved home. There is no place in the universe like it. Tell me, Et Vatar, what is the most fearsome foe on Fenris? One cannot speak of Fenris without mentioning its wolves. Wolves are fearsome, but there are no more fearsome wolves than us. The curse of the Wolfen is the most fearsome and most terrible foe on Fenris. In the heart of every brother, there lives a dark beast, bloody and forever ravenous. He hungers to kill, not for glory or duty, or his battle brothers, but solely for the sake of killing. For he who falls to that dark beast, there is no joy or thrill in slaughter. There is but dull rancor. Vilka Fenrika. That is our name in the old tongue of our world. We are the fiercest of the All-Father's warriors, his executioners, his retribution. Our fearless Wolf King is Liberando, son of the All-Father. Our world is Fenris, and our home the Fang, which rises from the world's spine into orbit. We are the thunder in the bloody storm of battle that calls to us. That is who we are. But there is more to our spirit than grim destruction alone. In the Hall of Heroes, we hold feasts the likes of which you will see nowhere else. To thundering laughter, we raise our horns, tell our sagas, and honor our glorious fallen. Though the body of an Astartes is built to be immune to the effects of drink, we invented a way around this taboo. The mead we brew can overcome even our blood. It makes us drunk, and makes our feasts jovial occasions. Mead. You can brew it nowhere else but on good old Fenris. No other world is home to such poisonous plants. Our gene seed is unique. Liberando blessed us with the Canis Helix, a genetic gift that heightens our senses, making them sharper than those of brothers from other chapters. The Canis Helix kindles a bloodthirst in our hearts and changes our appearance to resemble the lethal wolves of Fenris. The wolves do not take orders from outsiders. We keep the old ways, not the Codex Astartes. We fight in packs, and we are trained and healed by our wise rune and wolf priests. We do not find honor in adorning ourselves in laurels, but instead etch the full names of our fallen kin as a promise of vengeance, and draw strength from that promise. Ulfar Redmane. That is what my brothers call me. Lacan the Ruined Wolf once shared the mysteries of the healing potions and the secrets of magic sagas. He taught them to see the past and future in throne runes, to call down storms, and to carve powerful talismans. Do you? And there I was, about to round off my story with a short 400-verse saga about the gifts of Lacan the Ruined Wolf. Should what I told you reach other ears, I shall take your tongue. Fenris Hjolda, et fatter. Let us raise our cups et fatter, in honor of deeds accomplished and in expectation of those yet to come. What do you want to know? What brought the Space Wolves to the Expanse? Or how I ended up in the non-human's Dark City? An inquisitor by the name of Calcazar put out a call for aid. My wolf lord did not refuse him, and had 2 packs deployed to the Expanse. We never trusted this ally. But a blood debt for a service rendered in the past forced our hand. He saved our brother who had lost the pack and was unable to look after himself or the chapter's honor. Calcazar returned our brother to Fenris and kept secret the misfortune that had befallen him. The Jarl knew that the Inquisitor's actions were driven by opportunism, and the desire to have us mighty warriors in his debt. But honor forced him to be hospitable to the stranger, and swear an oath of friendship. The Inquisition. Pah! Rats! Scurrying around the Allfather's house and ruling it in the Master's absence. Cowards they are. The last into battle, but the first on any war council. We saw what they were worth in the months of shame. We also decided to be cautious. His words flowed like honey, and he seemed an honorable man. But lies always look like truth, don't they? That arrogant chief thought he could give us orders. But we wolves have always followed our own instincts and hunted in our own way. I wager that boiled his blood. In warm furs, the old man does shroud his body. In cloaks of secrets woven, shrouds the sly man his plans. To know his dire purpose, swallow not the words of poison, but his gristle. We had gone on a raid for Xenos prisoners and fell into a trap. We had no war machines to support us, and some of our squad were wounded, so we were forced to retreat. I ordered my battle brothers to leave, but I remained behind to meet our guests. I do not know how many of the feeble wretches I slew, but I would have killed even more had their towering piles of bodies not hindered me in combat. They wounded me and captured me. They froze the joints in my armor. When they dragged me to their ship, two of my battle brothers descended upon the Xenos and tried to free me. An insane plan, but it almost succeeded. Almost. And so, there were 3 of us taken captive. And then there were 2. And then I was alone once again. They fell with honor. Their saga is one I will not sing to you. You have spilled no blood with them, nor shared with them meat unmilled. Their spirits might be outraged if they knew I had sung of their deeds to a stranger. Yes, so am I. This was a bleak saga, Edfatur. Fenris Hjolda, Edfatur.